Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Titans Season 3, Episodes 2 and 3. Episode 2 being Red Hood, and Episode 3 being Hank and Dove. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the outcomes of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media, so Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and all the links to my pages. So this YouTube channel page, my Facebook page, and for those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right, with that said, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episodes. If you have not seen those episodes, go and watch them. Come on back. And this will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Okay. You got it? Yes, you do. All right. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, this season is pretty much night and day from the other two seasons that came before it. Other than the weird Batman thing that happened, with Bruce killing the Joker, then changing clothes out of Batman clothes and putting on a button-up suit, and then walking in and waking up Dick in the middle of the night, like he likes to do. And anyway, other than that, this season's actually shaping up to be pretty good stuff here. So we finally, it is really dark. I have to admit, Penn, it is dark, and I'm okay with that, quite honestly. We get introduced to the Scarecrow in this second episode, along with, you have someone who blows up, has a backpack full of stuff. They blow up a train station, if you will, or an ATM. I don't know exactly where it is. A bank. It was a bank. That's right. And she gets arrested, but Rolling wants to talk to Nightwing. And then she has a phone number carved into her arm. And when the police start calling that, it activates a device that's implanted in her and makes her start foaming at her mouth. And she's saying, "Stop it, stop it." And then she cracks, basically, she breaks her own neck to stop everything. And some pretty dark shit. So of course, what Nightwing ends up doing is he calls in the rest of the team from the Titans to help him out in Gotham. And of course, Barbara's not happy with this. She does not want more costume vigilantes in the city. She's now commissioner and everything. So it was it was a pretty awful scene. I have to admit, the actress who did that scene was really good. She did a great job at portraying this pain, and then just the snap of the neck. That was just, I wasn't expecting it. It was very reminiscent, though, of the Heath Ledger Batman scenes in the Dark Knight. It really was. I liked it. Hey, Mercenary, how's it going? Yeah, so of course, things just go off the rails from there. They're trying to figure out what's going on. They're going from one clue to the other. They finally find out that it's chess, that they need to start looking at chess moves, and it's the bird opening. And so they're looking at what the clues are, and they go to all these different bird name streets in Gotham, and find out that all the people that are associated with the numbers on basically in these moves for the chessboard correspond to people that have been taken from their apartments, and it's Red Hood is actually using them for something nefarious. And he basically, long story short, is, it's all a ruse. Of course, we know who Red Hood is at this point. We know it's Jason. And having Dick find this out. Dick looks surprised, of course, which of course he would be, because I mean he thinks Jason's dead, and he even goes so far as to dig up Jason's grave. And Dick likes really getting into the dirt there, and finds an empty coffin. So yeah, so digging a little further, he sends Starfire over to Commissioner Gordon to go and take a look at some evidence, and they find that that somebody actually took the body from the morgue, and that it was somebody that was working for Jason, which was kind of weird. And yeah, Mercenary, I agree. I like the investigation element. I wish there was a little bit more of it. That's one of the things I've always liked about Batman, is the whole detective aspect of it. Yeah, Dick was going deeper into that hole. You're right, Penn. He likes going deep into that hole. And like I said, he likes to penetrate as deep as he can, just to make sure everything is found. And having this whole thing, he basically finds out that the guy who was coerced into helping Jason, again, like everyone else is, and Hank, of course, and when going into the third episode, Hank ends up talking a good game, because he shows up here too. And he talks a good game about wanting to kick the shit out of Jason if he sees him and kill him and all this kind of stuff. And of course, Jason calls him and says, I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. Help me, kind of thing. And instead of telling anybody, the dumbass tries to help Jason and ends up with a giant bomb in his chest. Yeah. How many dick jokes so far? I think we're on 12 so far. I'm not too sure. I've lost count. Yes, Hank is a gigantic fucking idiot, and we already know this. But quite honestly, I was not expecting that editing, to tell you the truth. With basically what Jason wants them to do is he wants them to rob a armored truck that has gold in it and bring them the gold, and he'll hand over the anti-detonation device, if you will, because you need to actually put something up again. It's Wayne Tech that Jason had used, and it's so cutting edge that it's the prototype, and he actually used the prototype, and there's no he's got of course the way to turn it off and all of that. And yeah, I agree, Mercenary. Yeah, he played off his need to help someone and with addiction. Exactly. He's been playing everybody all along here, and he's playing everybody just perfectly. I mean, even Dick. I mean, he's playing with Dick too, and Dick's not realizing that he's being played with, and I don't think Dick likes that. So it's. But Dick, of course, does not want to play Jason's game with getting the gold and all that kind of stuff. So he's trying to find out where Jason is so he can get him, so that he can get the detonator from him, and of course stop Hank from blowing up before his heart beats. He has a certain amount of heartbeats that he has before it blows up. And in the meantime, Superboy is trying to replicate the anti-detonation device, and he's just doing it super speed. And I mean, that whole thing with Dawn or Dove, Dawn Dove, not following Dick's advice. She basically she doesn't like Dick's, what he's putting down there, and she decides to rob the armored car anyway, and meets up with Jason just as Dick arrives. So Dick and Dawn get there at the same time, and basically, Jason's got he has a gun inside of a little lockbox, and tells her to kill him. And that's the only way that she's going to get the detonator from him. And of course, the gun turns out to be the real detonator that's going to blow it up automatically. And she pulls the trigger just as Superboy has finished the fucking anti-detonator. And he rushes in just in time to see Hank explode. And I was actually kind of floored by that, to tell you the truth. Yeah. Raymond says, so no Lazarus Pit in this adaptation. We don't know as of yet, Raymond. We don't know. Yeah, that whole thing with Hank blowing up, I was kind of surprised. I like Alan Richson. Is it Richardson? I mean, the dude's been in shit tons of stuff. So Alan Richson. Yes, there we go. So he was the original Aquaman, of course, in Smallville. If you remember that. Yeah, he was the Aquaman in Smallville way back when. One of my favorites that he's in was Blood Drive, that kind of stuff. But he's been in a lot of stuff, and I liked him as Hawk. I really did. And Hank, he's the asshole. He is supposed to be that way, and I really did enjoy that. And I'm gonna miss the guy, quite honestly, because he was one of the characters I really liked. And having him blow up like that, I was like, fuck. And then having Jason manipulated Dawn into doing it too, trying to kill him was brilliant, quite honestly. Devilishly brilliant, I would say. Devilishly brilliant. There we go. If I can actually speak. And yeah, he's just fucking knocking them down as much as possible. He's trying to destroy the Batman's legacy. And in all of this, Dick keeps going back to Arkham. Dick keeps dipping back into Arkham to talk to Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow, aka Stoner McPothead, and kind of getting some clues as to what the Red Hood or what this character who's abducting these people is up to. And he gets that, yes, he's basically trying to tear down the patriarch, if you will, and by using the patriarch's own means and methods. And I don't know if Scarecrow is actually working with Jason Todd or not, but I have a feeling he might be. As for the substance that Jason had been working on in the first episode, which I failed to mention completely last time around, it might be kind of a I don't know. I'm thinking it might be like a Lazarus pit, like you were talking about Lazarus pit, Raymond. It might be a synthetic Lazarus pit that he was injecting himself with, or a synthetic anti-fear toxin, one of the two. Because remember, that was one of the things that he froze up on with Deathstroke in the second season. He froze up on fighting Deathstroke and was ashamed of it, and that's why he left the Titans. So I'm thinking that whatever he injected himself with was supposed to give him uh, basically not make him afraid anymore. And actually, I think now that I'm thinking about it, I'm believing that's going to be what it is because they keep making mention of Dick's pledge. You remember Dick pledged himself to Bruce not to be fearful, and he had that whole signed document that Starfire was reading from, which I thought was kind of weird at the moment. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, no, that's actually what is part of the plot here. Yeah. So yeah, it's good. It's a really good scene. And then the whole thing with, I mean, everyone's saying their goodbyes, if you will, but not really trying to say goodbye to him. And Gar talking to him, and um, Dove, finally Dawn admitting that she actually still is in love with him, and it's just kind of shitty. I mean, and Crypto, of course, staying at his side the entire time. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was really good. They did a good job of this one. And yes, I agree with you, Mercenary. Yeah, Crane is doing a Hannibal Lecter thing, and I'm wondering if the Joker is still involved in this, and all this as well. I know in the original Red Hood book, the Joker was involved in this. He was supposedly out of the picture, as well, but he was actually pulling Jason's strings and everything to make him the Red Hood. And I'm wondering if he still is around at some point in time. Yeah, I agree with you. Crypto is a good boy. So good stuff. I'm looking forward to episode 4, which is that Thursday? I want to say it's Thursday. I'm hoping it's Thursday because Wednesday is What If. Yes, it is Thursdays. That's right. It is going to be on Thursdays. I remember now. Thankfully. I don't want any crossovers. These double headers kill me, especially on a work day. And, Pepper isn't too pleased with them either. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Alan is going to be Jack Reacher. You're right, Joker. I forgot about that. He's going off to Amazon to be Jack Reacher. Still, though, man, I mean, they could have had him have a horrible disfiguring accident and, face wise, and then reshuffle his face. See, now they could have actually gotten around this if they had given Hawk and Dove the supernatural powers that they were supposed to have, like they've had in the comics. And then Hank dies here, and then you could recast Hank or recast Hawk, if you will, and because the power moves on to somebody else. That's what they should have done. But no, because originally, I mean, Dawn is not the first Dove either. Uh, and that should have been the same thing. Like when Hank's friend died as Dove, and then it should have been the power transferred over to her. That's when they got together, blah, blah, blah. And then Hank dies now and get a new Hawk. And that's really what it should be. But no, it's not going to happen that way. Yeah. But man, Jason is just brutal. I mean, just absolutely brutal in the stuff that he's doing to these guys. He's doing to his former teammates. We'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, good stuff. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, I wasn't when it was announced that season 3 was coming out. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to cover it, mainly because of the dick jokes. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised that it's doing a good job of what. And then the whole thing with I almost forgot the whole thing with Starfire with her fugue states of what's going on. Was she in the morgue at that point in time? Because she keeps having flashbacks to some guy wheeling somebody on a gurney. So was she in the morgue, or is she channeling Blackfire? What is going on? I don't know what's going on there with that. Raymond says, okay, I'm going to have to catch up on this. I think it was you who told me season 2 sucked. No, season 1 sucked. Season 2 was good up to a point, and then I think it's about 2/3 of the way in. There's some weirdness that happens, some weird shit that happens, and the ending kind of, it wimps out, but it's not as bad as season 1. Season 1 is just really shitty. And the first episode of season 2 is a holdover from season 1. So you can skip that one completely and just go to episode 2 of season 2. Start from there. Mercenary says they haven't even brought Donna back yet, and they're already losing members. I know. Yeah. And where's Rose? Exactly. Where's Ravager at? We don't know where Ravager is. Yeah. That's true, Mercenary. I didn't even thought about that. I actually watched the final episode of season 2 as well, and I didn't even think about where Rose had gone to, or Ravager. And well, actually, that's not true, because her brother, of course, is now residing within her, Jericho. So they said they were going to go travel or something like that. That they were going to go out is what they were going to do. So that's why Rose isn't there. That makes sense, because Jericho being cooped up inside his dad all that time. Maybe they're looking for a new body for Jericho. Who knows? That would be kind of interesting to actually have Jericho come back as well, but in a different body. I don't know how they would do that ethically, but we'll see what happens. All right. So, Raymond says, you're going to have our hands full in a few weeks when Doom Patrol comes out too. Doom Patrol's in September. So this ends just before Doom Patrol. Same network, HBO Max, or same streaming service, I should say, HBO Max. So they know what they're doing. That's September 24th. So that's why they dropped the first 3 episodes, and I believe, because I've got the Titans IMDb page up right now, there are 13 episodes. 13 episodes. Yeah. So there you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We get 10 more weeks, and I believe that just falls right into it, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. You're right, actually. I think it might actually overlap. But you know what? The 24th is a Friday. So actually, Doom Patrol is going to be starting on Fridays. So there will be a little crossover on that one. Just a small bit. Yeah, there's going to be a small overlap. But it's going to be Titans on Thursday and then Doom Patrol on Friday. And Doom Patrol is a Friday show. I mean, it really is. Yeah. It really is a Friday show. So, with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. What else do I have going on this week? Like I said, tomorrow is going to be an earlier episode of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about. When we talk about it, Sunday will be Spoiler Alert. Spoiler Alert is where you get to talk. You get to do spoiler stuff on anything you've seen, like movies, TV shows, video games, all that kind of stuff. As long as it's been released out there and not a sneak preview or anything like that, then we can do that. I will plug it in just a minute, Pen. On Monday, I'll be off. Tuesday will be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And I don't know what I'm doing as of yet, but I will find something. Wednesday is What If, Marvel's What If, a new episode of that. Thursday is Titans. We're going to roll around to Titans again. And then Friday, because we're on Friday right now, is going to be a contest results of Star Wars, The Bad Batch. If you go and take a look in the contents here, actually, you're going to see up here, I believe it is, at the end of this video, is actually Star Wars The Bad Batch episode 16. And if you add a comment in that comment section, as long as you're in the continental United States, you're in the running for 2 prizes. And take a look at the video. You'll see it over there. So, yeah. They're good prizes, too. They're from Disneyland. I picked them up at Disneyland. So, all right. I'm going to let you guys go for the evening. Thank you to everybody joining me tonight in the chat. And thank you if you made this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here, like I said before. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what to do with you at that point. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Saturday Morning Blast Off. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find out that bird opening that you painstakingly researched and everything is just a big ruse to let Red Hood have his way with you. And Dick is just not going to have it. So, yeah. Dick's not into that. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks. Good night.